you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
You ready? We on.
Oh, okay.
You was fixing your collar. You said you was ready. You know what I mean?
I was fixing my collar.
All right. Well, it's Tuesday, and the college playoff football rankings just came out for the second week. Now, we'll put our disclaimer. We know it's early. We know it's at least, 3-4 games left? 3 at least. We understand that. But it was still some drama today.
It was still some drama today.
It was still some drama. What shocked you in the rankings?
The rankings didn't shock me because we had already talked a little bit about the rankings. 11, 12, and 13 did not play.
Okay.
And of course that the fact that 14 and 15, which was Virginia and Louisville, lost this week. It's a matter of, winner moves up. If you didn't play, you get to move up regardless.
So nothing about the rankings shocked you today?
No.
Good. Let me tell you what shocked me.
It was what we were kind of expecting.
Not we, you.
I
was shocked.
I don't know why.
Texas A&M is still number 3. Why? Indiana barely wins against against Penn State. Texas A&M puts on a clinic against
BYU,
a ranked BYU. Did I have to mention that Penn State is unranked? I don't think I do at this point in the season. And yes, Indiana does a last-minute drive. They come down the field. That's great.
I apologize. Texas A&M played Mizzou.
Number 19. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. Still ranked. Was it 22 or were they 19?
In the CFP,
yes,
they were 22.
Okay, thank you. I stand corrected. CFP ranked, whoever ranked number 19 Miss U loses to Texas A&M, and they won in a dominant fashion. Just because you can pull off a Hail Mary at the end of the game does not establish to me, it establishes you won. What do they say? Win and move on?
Move on.
Yeah, but it doesn't establish that you are to be ranked number 2 in the nation. I completely disagree with that.
So you're saying that you think Texas A&M should have been 2 and Indiana should have been 3?
Yes, I feel like that's justifiable. I don't think you need to punish Indiana that much because, like they said, it's November. Everybody's going to have a game like that. Okay, fine. You can have a game like that. Texas A&M did not have a game like that this week. We're not ranking the whole season. We're one at a time. That's why there's rankings every week and not once a season. As of today, Texas A&M should be number 2.
Okay.
So that's what shocked me about the rankings. Now, I think this is where your blood pressure got a little bit high. We have to calm you down.
Oh,
Miami is ranked 15. They're the highest ranked team in the ACC. Yet,
they're the highest ranked team in the CFP ranking.
No.
They are not the highest team in the ACC.
Well, let me
rephrase.
Georgia
Tech is the conference leader.
Let me rephrase. Miami is ranked number 15. They are the highest ranked ACC team.
Yes.
I apologize.
They're not highest ranked in their division.
Well, they're not ranked in their division. They're not
leading
their division.
They're not leading their division.
Dip, I guess. Okay.
Which confuses me.
Okay.
Because they keep saying, the top, the bottom 7 teams will be the highest ranked. Oh, highest ranked? Okay, so they're saying it's the highest ranked, or is it the better record? I guess it's
it's ranked. That's why they do these rankings, right?
I guess it's the rankings.
Yes.
I keep thinking record.
No, it's the rankings. Or the seed, where they're seated, if that helps you. Because that used to give me last year, too. So what it is, to re-explain, it is going to be 12 teams. Where do I get my 12 teams? Well, it's going to be the 5 highest ranked conference champions. Now, they don't have to be Power 4. In our minds, the 4 of them should be the Power 4, but the ACC is causing some problems. After the 5 division champions, highest ranked ones, there are 7 highest ranked teams. Now, in theory, a lot of those should overlap. Great. Kelly, I got my 12 teams. Who's playing who? Well, whoever is ranked 1, 2, 3, and 4 regardless of division championship, win or not, they will get the bye week. I think that's where you're getting hung up on. No. Because that's the only thing that changed from last year.
I'm getting hung up on this conference with this. Okay, I'm leading my conference. I'm 8-1, but I'm ranked lower than Miami.
Yes,
is 7-2.
There's teams that are 12 or that are 9-1 who aren't ranked at all.
And they got all right. If we played the championship right now, it'd be Virginia Tech against Georgia. Virginia Cavaliers against Georgia Tech.
Right, and whoever wins, hopefully they are the highest ranked conference championship winner. They can be in the playoffs. You have to also think of it the other way. Georgia Tech loses out. Virginia loses out. Heck, let's say Miami loses 1 or 2. Say Virginia and Georgia Tech still in. They're 8-5. They're not going to be the highest ranked division champion if you got a James Madison who ends up 12-1. You got a USF. Champion. And they win their conference. You got a USF who ends up, what's USF's record right now?
They just got in here, I think they're 7-2.
No, they're 7-2. They end up being 11-2, and they win their conference. Guess what? We look a lot better than an 8-3 Georgia or whatever, 9-3 Georgia Tech and a 9-3 Virginia Tech. That is what people are not talking about. ACC might F around and not be in there at all. Conference championship or not.
Because right now, the top 4 seeds with a bye week are 2 Big Ten teams.
Absolutely.
And 2 SEC teams.
Absolutely.
ACC isn't here. ACC isn't in it at all. But then when they start to talk about the ACC, that's where I go, I'm looking at, whoa, why is Georgia Tech ranked below Miami? And they got a better record. I get confused. I'll be the first to say it. But I'm not on the committee, so I didn't have a say.
Well, they didn't call you?
They should have.
Somebody said we should have been in that room.
I wanted to be in the room where it happened.
We should be in there. They need a person. Remember, I told you one of the people went out on like a personal leave, so they're doing it with 12. We could be the 13th spot.
You know what? They need a 13th person. They need a fan in there. They say they got 3 coaches on the committee. You know what they need? They need a fan. Let us tell you what we think happened on that field on Saturday, because obviously y'all are not paying attention. But then that's when the eye test comes in. You just can't rank a team based on what you saw. Indiana.
Well, you say you can't, but it looks like that is what has been weighing the heaviest, right? Is how do the teams look? If they lose, how did they lose? How have they played? And I think another one that goes into the eye test that I do have to respect is consistency.
Well, that was a word they threw around today.
Consistency.
They're not consistent. They're not consistent.
No.
All right, let me give you an example. And they say they're like, if. Texas, you're not consistent. They're talking about them beating Vandy and Vandy playing so poorly. If Texas played 3 quarters. No, in that Vandy game, they played 3 quarters.
They played 3.
Vandy played the last quarter.
Maybe even 2
and a half. And Vandy came within 3.
Yeah.
Had Vandy not got so far down, that would have been a different score.
When they said that, they said Vandy did not look like themselves. Texas looked like themselves. Also, Miami in this last stretch has been, playing better on both sides of the ball. Now, the thing and we talked about it on our show Sunday, yet to be released. So many technical difficulties. They are a talented team. And I don't understand why they cannot get it done. It drives you crazy. And Booger mentioned it on the show. 2 years now.
He did.
They had Cam Ward. He was a Heisman Trophy candidate. He went first round in the NFL draft. How come he could not get them to the playoffs? Because at the end, started to fall off. A lot of talent. Don't mean nothing if you don't use it, right? You always say that.
That's what they were saying. I was just agreeing with them.
You always say that. Well, let's look at the chaos that is the ACC. You already talked about it. You talked about how it's anybody's conference at this point. what your hope is, Georgia Tech stays Georgia Tech, and they win it out, and they win a conference, and they end up in the playoffs. They made a good point though. Is Haynes King's got to take this team through? Will he stay healthy? We've been talking about it since week 1 that he looks beat up all the time.
He does.
What they do not want, and what I do not want, is a Florida State 2021, 2023, 2022. What year was it? What year was it?
What were you talking about?
2024.
When the quarterback got hurt?
2023. Yes.
When the quarterback got hurt and they came in there and they didn't throw a pass.
Yes.
Well, they finally threw a pass in the fourth quarter.
Yes, that
and
one.
the announcer said, thank God.
That one.
That was the worst game I've ever seen on TV.
Okay, so what games are ACC games this weekend that could change the trajectory of the playoffs? So, number 9 Notre Dame, who is independent, is going to number 22 Pitt. Everybody says Pitt is sneaky. Pitt is 7-2. Hell, Notre Dame 7-2. You ain't saying how they rank so high. I digress. They're Notre Dame.
No, same way Texas got to be number 10 by default. The team, if you're ranked, you got to hold on to that ranking. Yeah, they fall every week.
But you
every week somebody falls. That means somebody moves up.
But you just said about Georgia Tech and Virginia and Miami, and you were upset because they were 8-1. But I'm telling you, Notre Dame is up there and they're 7-2.
That is true.
You're not cussing them out.
You know what? That's a good point.
That's all I'm saying.
I better go back to the drawing board.
North Carolina State's going to Miami. I don't think they should take care of business. Let me not get too excited.
Because, we've seen what happens when we think people should take care of business.
Georgia Tech is... Wait, where did Georgia Tech end up?
16, I believe.
They're right behind Miami. Oh, this is anybody's game. Cut it out. So Georgia Tech is going to Boston College. They should TCB.
Oh, Georgia Tech is behind Miami
by 1 in the rankings. If they could change they could change easily. They're neck and neck. I thought they were further down.
But you know who they have played at the end of the year? Georgia. Well, so that could be. Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna get into that right now.
Thank you. Please don't.
Let's go week by week because week by week.
Please don't. Virginia's at Duke. I don't think that'll have an effect on anything. And then I don't think Virginia plays. I think they have a bye week. Virginia has a bye week. I'm talking about what's coming up Saturday. What's coming up Saturday.
Okay. They mentioned the impact games.
No, I mentioned the ACC. Are you following along?
ACC.
Are you following me?
You just want the ACC.
Just the ACC because it was so chaotic. Now, if you want to get spicy, we can look at who the SEC is playing. Because SEC is in 3, 4, and 5. They just snuck up. If Big Ten was running it, Oregon's then dropped. And now it's Big Ten, SEC.
SEC has the most teams in the rankings.
Yes, I didn't write down how many.
I did not write down how many.
I think they have 8, and then Big Ten has 6.
Yes.
And then the next person has 5.
4.
Who's the next? Oh, Big 12?
7.
Okay.
9.
What could get funny this weekend in the SEC? Number 11 Oklahoma plays number 4 Alabama. We talked about that. Yes, we watching that game.
It's got to be.
We are watching that game. That's going to be a good one. It's going to be a doozy. What else could be funny? Money. I don't see Florida doing anything spectacular against number 7 Ole Miss. I didn't realize this, but they ended up benching DJ Lagway in the game last Saturday.
I thought we did mention it.
Did we mention it? They ended up playing their backup quarterback, I think true freshman Tramel Jones. And I'm just like, Florida lost 38-7, but I'm just like, but remember they fired the coach. So guess what? You're no longer my guy. I think Lagway's going to go to the portal. Well, but here's the one you've talked about, and here's what we all been waiting for, and we should not be shocked. And if we shocked, me and Kirby Smart got some talking to do.
We got some explaining to do.
He got some explaining to do. Number 10 Texas is going to number 5 Georgia.
And I think McElroy brought up the fact that Georgia wasn't consistent. What McElroy did not bring up was Georgia has had a lot of injuries. And I say this every week. I got to look those injuries up to see where they have impacted.
Yeah, see who's back. Because Georgia played phenomenally last time. We talked about it. Well, finally, they showed up.
Mississippi State.
They showed up because we've seen Georgia claw back. Yes. We've been like, what is going on? This is not Georgia. That is the Georgia we know. And that is the Georgia I think Texas is going to see between the hedges on Saturday. I don't think Texas stands a chance. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Well, as inconsistent as they have been, give me 4 quarters, Texas. That will prove me wrong. I'll shut up.
Yes. Hello.
Give me 4 solid quarters of football.
Right, win the game. Let's talk. I don't think they're going to.
Like you said, Kirby Smart don't win that game. We got some talking to do, Kirby.
We do. And guess when we're going to talk about it and where?
On Saturday Hangover.
Right here. We're going to see y'all Sunday. We just want to give y'all our thoughts on the CFP Week 2 ranking. But we're going to still do our thing. We're watching the game Saturday. We're going to hopefully wake up on time Sunday. And then we're going to tell y'all how we felt about them. It will be some doozies. I only mentioned ACC, SEC. If they watched the last episode, there's some games on Saturday.
There is some. And as we say, every week from now on out, it's going to be a battle to the end. You can do what they always say. You can control your own destiny.
Well, our destiny is taking us out. We're going to see y'all on Sunday. I never have the remote.